What better way to kick off the new year or send out the old one than with round 2 of the Northern Hemisphere versus the Southern Hemisphere in this clash of two Titan teams. No matter whether you are ending 2013 or starting 2014, this one's going to be a cracker. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflake's Crib for round 2 of this huge clash. Well, the biggest clashes you could get really between the Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere. Again, same squads as picked by the players themselves in the recent awards. 45 players chosen, nominated, 3 from each position, and from that we have established a squad of 15 for the Northern and Southern Hemispheres to clash up for the second match of the series. And I seem to be saying clash a lot today, but it's the Southern Hemisphere, the winners from the first match where they won 21-7 over the Northern Hemisphere. Again, keeping the same team. Maybe there is a third match, there might be some changes with players on the bench coming in. They are just as quality players, but for now, a chance for the Northern Hemisphere to get redemption. It is at Amy Park as well, Southern Hemisphere at home for this one, but will this go to 3? That will be up to these guys who really need to up their game from the last match if they're going to upset the Southern Hemisphere. Coming back from 21-7, the score from the first match, they need to pick themselves up. They've got the talent, got the ability. The question will be whether the squad is good enough to combine and take out the Southern Hemisphere. A lot of you have asked for it, and here it is. Round 2, Northern Hemisphere versus Southern Hemisphere. Again, it is the Southern Hemisphere playing in the black, mainly with a little bit of blue, and the opposite for the Northern Hemisphere. The blue with a little bit of black as Cruden kicks us off, and we are underway in the second round match as Sexton takes a kick-off on his own 22 in the Northern Hemisphere. Struggling to get this ball, and they've lost it instantly. And away come the Southern Hemisphere through Ben Smith.
Release.
Giving it back to Cruden. Goes to ground just outside the 22. Aaron Smith wide again for Ben Smith, breaking through the tackle of North. And look at this run from Figalo, the Argentinian front row prop. Outstanding shot of strength. And it will be a line out inside the 22 for Hibbard. Going nicely to the front, and Para away to Sexton and first receiver. Here's Fofana, back inside for Parise. That was a good piece of play, but unrewarded there. Here's Para again, straightening up Launchbury, who's knocked it on his own 22. That could be disastrous here. Here's Bessam picking up another knock on. So a double knock on there, and the scrum feed will be going to the Southern Hemisphere. There's the first one from Launchbury, and then
Crouch.
Second one we don't even get to see. Halting play
Set.
Inside the Northern Hemisphere's 22. An exact opposite to the first fixture where the Northern Hemisphere dominated the opening 20 minutes and then got slowly blown away off the park. Here's a scrum, nicely won. Para goes away to Sexton, who thumps it away from Folau. Not the man you really want to give the counter-attack chance to, but the pressure had to tell. Jones, Launchbury, Corbacero, gets hammered. Big hit on Corbacero from Bismarck Duplessis. Jones, Sexton runs around the outside of Leliafano. He's still got Bow outside him. Bow will get a clean run to the line, away from the chasing Severe and Folau. Tommy Bow scores for the Northern Hemisphere. That was a sensational play from Sexton, creating the try, running outside Leliafano, getting a glimpse of a gap, drawing Folau, and then freeing the outside man, Tommy Bow, who, well, just about didn't have enough speed to get all the way. Big chases from Folau and from Savia, but had plenty to go the 40-odd metres required. And the Northern Hemisphere respond after a good piece of pressure down the other end of the field from their opponents, and it's all come back the other way. And they are leading 5-0. Something they failed to do from the first match. Halfpenny. Oh, he's really nudged that horribly wide. Taking out a chunk of Amy Park in his ways. And the kick is wayward to the left. And it is just a 5-0 lead to the Northern Hemisphere. After just 16 minutes. Now, something you'd rely on from Halfpenny is his kicking, but it's let them down on this occasion. The kickoff is let loose, and it is O'Brien who comes up to clean up the shocking kickoff take, but it's turned over. Oh, and a big hit on O'Hursa, and the Argentinian gets hammered from Fofana. And it is a penalty straight back for the Southern Hemisphere here, just outside the 22. About 10 metres in from touch. And they have opted to take the shot at goal. The penalty from captain Jean de Villiers. 20 minutes gone. Lealiafano makes up for the missed tackle earlier and nails his kick. Makes it 5-3. An instant reply from the Southern Hemisphere. That coming from the messed up kickoff, just mere seconds it took there. And Lealiafano and co replying in a flash. Here's the kickoff from Sexton, going down to de Villiers. Gives it to Lowe, passing out to Aaron Smith, who takes 3 men with him. In the end, Davies gets the job done, puts him to ground. And might be a turnover ball here for the Northern Hemisphere. Brilliant work. Sexton again, Sexton's way. He's cut them in half. Oh, and he's intercepted ball from Savia.
Release.
And they have just thrown a try away, save from the big winger. And O'Hursa tries to rumble it up around the fringes. Reed tries to do the same, but he's been hammered backwards. Could be a slow ball back here for the North, it is. Launchbury again. Fofana around de Villiers, and he'll score. Northern Hemisphere strike back from their opportunities through Wesley Fofana. A bit too easy in the end, getting around de Villiers. But Launchbury, the biggest halfback ever, getting the good ball. Fofana had the pace around de Villiers, his opposite number. And the lure of George North to his left. Keeping Ben Smith out on his wing. There we go, you see Ben Smith at the fringe of the page there. Kept him wide. And he just slots through for the Northern Hemisphere's second try of the match. And they lead this one 10 points to 3. With a kick to come through Halfpenny, who's already missed one today. Won't see that twice, he nails that one. And he picks up 2 points for the Northern Hemisphere, who lead 12 points to 3. Could be a good start to the year here for the Northern Hemisphere. So much rugby to come for them. Could be bode well for the future of the team this year.
Release.
Davies takes the ball to ground for the first time. Corbacero. Oh, poor pass to Sexton. Fofana. Para to North. North breaking away. Aaron Smith takes him down and then turns him over as well. Oh, brilliant work from Aaron Smith. Now he's on the ball, breaking away. Good tackle from Parise. And in the end, Ben Smith gets taken down outside the 22. Here's Aaron Smith again through a couple of gaps. Big players going on top of him. He just wiggles away through. Turned over though, brilliant turnover for Fofana. Wide for Bow. Bow looking to play a little territory, puts it on his boot, thumps it downfield. Folau goes back, claims the ball and kicks it down towards the 22, over the 22. Halfpenny. In a bit of a muddle there, finally corrects himself and kicks it away downfield. Folau. A bit of aerial ping pong going on here between the two sides. Here's Halfpenny again. Buzzer goes and he's tackled mid-kick. Not the best reply there from Halfpenny. Here's Para. Will they go to half-time? Davies, good ball from Davies to Fofana. He's through on the gap for Fofana. Coming away to Hibbard. No pace there. Over the top, intercepted from Ben Smith. It was 3-on-1. It would have been curtains for the try. Downfield it goes to Bo. Bo goes into the tackle of Aaron Smith. Liliafano, first man there. North. Away it goes to Pickamoles, who's had enough and puts it into touch. With his real first touch of the ball as well for Pickamoles. And he hammers that ball away, saying, let's not throw away this handy lead into the break. My Northern Hemisphere buddies, let's go to half time, leading 12 points to 3. And a pretty dominant display. Again, complete opposite to the first match. Southern Hemisphere really into the fixture for the first 15 or so minutes before their turnaround try that got them the first points and really put them on a good streak for the rest of the half. A slight blip giving away the penalty, but in the end 12 points to 3 at half time. You cannot complain. 2 tries to just 1 penalty and dominated possession and line breaks 4-1. Handling errors a very good aspect. Look at that, they're actually trailing the Southern Hemisphere 3-2, which is very good work with the hands today. So 12-3, Northern Hemisphere leads. Let's get back down to Amy Park for the second half of this North versus South fixture. Best of 3 at the moment. 1-0 to the Southern Hemisphere. Sexton will get us back underway. And to the left side he goes. Waiting for it is North. Oh, he gets it too, and Fofana couldn't pick up the ball. And the pass goes wayward and is picked up from Liliafano. Aaron Smith tries to go for a run, goes straight into Sean O'Brien. No way through there. And Cruden picks it up off the back of the ruck, or the maul it was in fact, and kicks it downfield. Halfpenny. Oh, goodness me, Halfpenny's made a mess of that and he's put it dead. Unsure whether he wanted to wait for it to go dead or put it down. He's done possibly the worst thing he could do and put it dead and gone south, but he didn't carry it back. Poor call from the ref. But a scrum sets down. Aaron Smith puts it in. Reed comes through it at the back. They go to the short side. Oh, massive hit on De Villiers. And Parder says that will shut you down for now. Penalty now to the Southern Hemisphere. Well, they're not going for the 3, which is interesting. Trailing by 9 points. Opting for the line out instead. Will be Duplessis. Goes nicely to the front. And it's nicely taken too from Itzabeth. Oh, they're going for the corner. Going very close here. It's got to be a try for Gallo to De Villiers. Oh, he smashed, but he's got it over the line. Huge hit coming in from Pickamoles. But De Villiers keeps hold of the ball and gets some pressure down on it. The maul on Itzabeth was good. It just about went dead. Figallo picked it up and short pops it over the top. What a hammering hit from Pickamoles. But they couldn't stop De Villiers. Oh, that was a tight call too from the touchline. Oh, that's a monster of a hit. De Villiers gets the try. And he keeps this match wide open now. Well, for 5 points, possibly 7 with the conversion to come. Liliafano, oh, he's nudged it wide. Oh, goodness me. 2 of the best kickers in world rugby, and they've really made a hash of a couple of kicks. The scoreline now, just 12 points to 8, the Northern Hemisphere hanging on by a thread. Back to Sexton at halfway. Again goes to the left side with North and Fofana. And it's nicely picked up from O'Brien this time. Slow ball coming, no one really wanting to commit to that ruck at all in the Southern Hemisphere. Through who else but Francois Lowe. Turn it over. Big tackle coming in, Launchbury. Oh, good ball from Aaron Smith back to Cruden. Fooled the whole defensive line. And across field it went. Oh, what a kick too. Sensational. Fofana, that's a brilliant pass to Wesley Fofana, who kicks ahead. And now Folau, not kicking this time. Goes away to Reed, who gets rid of Bow. And he goes to ground just short of the 10-metre line. One-on-one, Savea goes against Morgan Parra. Gets taken down. Sideways they go here. Whitelock to Aaron Smith, who gets monstered into touch. That was a massive shot. Looked like it was coming in from Launchbury as well. And that is a massive hit from the Englishman. Line out, Hibbard. Going to the back this time. Nicely claimed. Parra. The way to Sexton. Over the top to Davies. Being quiet today for Fana. Oh, poor pass to North. Bow in midfield. Hibbard. He'll go forward. And he does that too. Oh, his support's very poor here from the Northern Hemisphere forwards, but they finally get in there and retain the ball. Here's Parra again. Davies drawing the passes in. Sergio Parise taking another hit up through the middle, but he's been turned over. Ohertza away to Savia. Across field they go. It's a beef. Smith, numbers here, but they've lost it. And it's picked up from North. Parra and Corbacero. Oh, and he's knocked it on as well. So, what's the ref going to play here? Nothing at the moment. It's just play on. Fofana in midfield going through a little hole. Closes up on him very quickly. Parra again. Short pass to North. He tries to go through De Villiers and Smith, who haven't been quite as effective today. Pickamoles. Hibbard. Oh, massive hit on Hibbard. Oh, that's a monster too. Oh, and he's turned him right over. Good shot, and he turns over the hooker. Now, Southern Hemisphere looking to launch something out of their own half. Messam with a good ball to Duplessis. He can't get away. Ben Smith goes short side. Nice ball to Savia. Savia's bursted away from Bow. Looks to come into field, but gets taken down from Elwyn Jones. And the move breaks down for the Southern Hemisphere. Reed. It's a bit, pops it inside, and it's been knocked on. Halfpenny comes forward.
Advantage over.
Claims the ball. Fofana plays halfback quickly. And they go away to Davies, who kicks it away across field. Good kick from Davies. Not knowing too much for his kicking prowess. Here's Ben Smith in a spot of strife there. Big passes out wide to Duplessis. De Villiers is there, but a good hit from Bow stops him in his tracks. And they're still sitting on the 10-metre line. Oh, Duplessis puts in a big shoulder charge, but just goes into touch. And a change coming in for the Southern Hemisphere at number 6, with McCaw coming in to replace Messam. The two All Blacks swapping places for the remainder. Oh, 1 minute of this match here. Boy, the second half has really flown by. Hibbard. Oh, it's full time. North's got the ball. He'll keep the series alive. Into touch it goes. And a 4-point victory is a victory nonetheless. The Northern Hemisphere come south and upset the odds, take the second match victory, and tie this level series up at 1 apiece from the first 2 matches. Oh, the decider. Where could it be? How on earth can you pick between these two sides? 12 points to 8. The final score. That second half went by like a flash. And 4 points was all that was in it in the end. Today, a lower scoring match, but just as entertaining. Southern Hemisphere's 8 points coming from a 1 De Villiers try and the Christian Lelefano penalty goal, up against the Northern Hemisphere's 12 from 2 tries to Fofana and Bow, and of course the 1 halfpenny conversion. The full-time stats. Well, the Southern Hemisphere really came storming back into that match, taking out the possession and territory stats from where they were at half-time. The line breaks still stayed true. to the Northern Hemisphere, and handling errors really, well, they really jolted out in that second half. 3-2 it was, so the Southern Hemisphere with more. 8-6 the Northern Hemisphere with more in the second half. That is quite a considerable turnaround in stats, but the only one that really matters for these two sides is the top one. 12 points to 8. The Northern Hemisphere hang on and stake their first claim to a victory in this series, the first of the year or the last of the year, depending on where you are watching this from. But it is a win to the Northern Hemisphere. The series tied up at 1 apiece, and we will go into a third deciding match. Neutral venue maybe, and some changes off the bench possible for the third and final fixture. And how we're going to decide what side to play on for that one, unsure, but do stick around. That will be coming soon, and that wraps us up for today's North versus South match, with the Northern Hemisphere winning 12 points to 8. And I thank you all for watching, and hope you enjoyed the coverage of today's match, and I'll see you very soon for more matches like this and plenty more other action. Until then, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you like the series, and take care.